Props to the great translation movement. I mean, we'd seen this video before, but they've gone and translated it, saved us a little bit of time here.
Oh my gosh, we spent so much time.
Because we usually
4 hours translating yesterday.
Yeah, we usually translate our own stuff, but they're great. Follow them on Twitter.
Yes.
At TGTM_official. And they're really helping break down walls, break down barriers, so to speak, by translating what's out there publicly on the Chinese internet. So on April 23rd in Jumadian, Henan, an elementary school student slapped a bronze statue of Chairman Mao and then was caught by the police. So let's take a look. Maybe get
so elementary school, meaning, for the British people out there, primary school. So
primary school.
Kindergarten through 5th grade.
Yeah. So here he is, okay. There's a statue of Chairman Mao.
哟，这毛泽东啊，我扇你一巴掌，我扇，我再扇你一巴掌，哎，我扇你。
Okay, wait.
I mean, it's funny and so effed up at the same time.
But let's go back, because I like how he starts like, yo, isn't that Mao Zedong? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah.
哟，这毛泽东啊，我扇你一巴掌，我再扇你一巴掌，哎，我扇你。
So, yeah, he got, because he's a minor, he wasn't actually put into custody, but he was reprimanded because it constitutes defamation of a national leader.
Also, he will have a pockmark, a black
of
mark
course,
for the rest of his life.
His whole family is going to be very badly affected by this, unfortunately. So obviously they went to go and arrest him. You can see he's actually in handcuffs there. You can see behind
him. They put a child. This is a elementary school child into handcuffs.
Well, if they're good enough to, work in the factories, they're good enough to be handcuffed. You know what I mean?
This is very true. This is the way of the Chinese government.
Yeah, so anyway, here's the thing. You can see the Mao Zedong statue on the floor there next to him as proof.
Yeah.
And they captured him.
I love that they put they respect this so much, but they still laid it down on the ground.
It's one of those things. You notice, like when they catch dog thieves, they tie the carcass around their neck. It's to basically broadcast the crime.
Yeah, it's like prostitutes. They put the placard and say, "I'm a whore."
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
and parade him in the streets.
This is what he did.
Yeah.
He slapped this Mao statue. So they got to put the Mao statue there.
They don't give a shit about
They
that
probably
Mao
slapped
statue.
it too, just to this is what he did.
Like, this is watch me, and then they're like, "What did you just do, sir?"
Yeah, exactly.
Someone please make some fan art about people slapping
this statue. Seriously, arrested. I mean, guys. This is very hard for a lot of people to comprehend, because when you look at the West, you see people, they draw these really insulting pictures of Biden or Trump or something, and they'll all this kind of stuff. I mean, they made that big Trump balloon to fly around in the UK or whatever, all these kind of things. And that's just how the West works. You can insult a leader if you don't like a leader.
Fine.
In China, you slap
it's not just them, by the way. It's any country, any democratic country. It's commonplace.
Sure. But I mean, seriously, slapping a bronze statue of a long dead leader, a piece of shit.
One of the shittiest piece of shit people that ever roamed the earth.
He didn't hurt the statue, by the way. He didn't hurt the statue. It's bronze. He's a little child.
I wish he did. I wish he hurt Mao Zedong in real life.
He was slapping it on his bed or something.
I hope Mao felt that.
It's a soft, like a little soft boy hitting this thing and it's landing. And that is just enough to get the cops to come and arrest you and give you a lecture and all that. It's ridiculous.
This boy's a Chad.
Yeah.
I love he's like,
Mao Zedong. Yeah, it's like, dude. Anyway, it is funny, but it's also tragic because it shows you how backwards China's gone.
Disrespect the leader. Do it more.
Yeah.
Please. And you know what is crazy? Can you even imagine if this was him doing this to Xi Jinping?
Oh, my word.
Because this was light.
Yeah.
Mao Zedong is still worshipped, obviously, right?
Massively.
But nowhere near where we're at with Xi Jinping.
Yeah, Xi Jinping's the new
Imagine
Mao.
if you slapping a figurine of Xi or a poster or something.
That'd be terrible.
Remember the Ink Girl?
Yeah.
Right? Ink Girl. the girl in China that threw black ink on the picture of Xi Jinping, she's disappeared.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll kill you over that stuff.
Look at what happened, in the UK with the consulate, because somebody had a poster of a Xi Jinping like in a bad light, and they ripped it down and pulled the people in, tried to beat them up. In England. Yeah, in the UK.
By the way, the most important part of this story, those are the diplomats.
Yes,
not just some random nationalists.
Yeah, like the actual big diplomats were doing it.
It's so important that they control the narrative. And really what this is about and what we want to bring up is people are going to talk about this. Oh, he slapped a Mao Zedong statue. Is about Mao. This isn't actually about Mao. This is actually about Xi Jinping.
Yes.
Because when you disrespect one of the past leaders like this in this respect, it shows that you don't have respect probably for the current leader too, and it makes that behavior okay. So they have to publicly punish this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a kid.
Yeah.
It's a child. Bro, it's a little kid.
Yeah.
Imagine if you got... we do all kinds of dumb shit. I used to blow up Barbies with firecrackers with my friends,
Yeah, exactly.
I wish it was a Mao Zedong statue now.
Me too. I kind of want to find a Mao Zedong statue.
Let's do it.
Let's desecrate it live on
Let's do it in the backyard.
on the show. We'll just do it live on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
we'll draw
slap
mustaches on it and
Let's
stuff.
slap it and blow it up.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Anyway, poor guy. Poor guy. I don't know if you guys saw, but a while ago I had a fairly popular video about China painting the mountains green.
Yeah.
Okay. And I showed how in some rural areas and even in some cities, they paint the grass green, they paint the trees green, they paint the mountains green. And it's a lot of people are like, oh, that's just hydro seeding. We do that around.
Yeah.
It's no, they actually use paint. Like, there are tins of paint left over that people took photos of like oil-based paint. Like it's not normal. No. And it's all trickery, and it's because in China certain areas and certain companies and whatever, they're given a mandate. They're like, you have to do this and you have to have this ready by a certain amount of time. And when it comes down to that time when they're supposed to present, I don't know, the fact that they've beautified the city or something, and it's not beautiful because everything's dead still and they haven't figured it out, they have to come up with a plan. Okay, so here's another one of those examples, and this one's kind of extreme, and I thought it bears looking at. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Again, I'll get us out of here so you can see what's going on here.
大家看看这，石头钢筋上穿的石头弄这么多，一排一排的，这是干啥用的？有没有知道的？
Now, what you're looking at here is a field full of stones stuck onto rebar.
Yeah. It's a lot, too.
It is. It's thousands and thousands. I mean, imagine the amount of time it took to do this.
Wow.
Why not just plant real crops, by the way?
You could, because the amount of time it took to do, you could grow real-ass crops.
Because if you haven't guessed it by now, these are supposed to simulate crops, like cotton or something, right? Because look, this guy in the video, he's like, what is going on here? He stopped. He's like, look at this. He's got his car there. He gets out. He says, what is this, right? Look at this.
石头钢筋上穿的石头弄这么多。
And you can see, he's like, oh, like all these stones on top of rebar here. And then he even asks in the video,
这是干啥用的？
it's like, what's going on here? Like, what are these for?
有没有知道的？
It's like, does anyone know? So then there's a message. This was accompanied, this was shared along with the video, okay? Where he obviously sent it to someone and asked, like, 这是什么意思?
Right.
Which just means, like, what's the meaning of this, right?
Right.
So I just ran this message through Google Translate for all of you to see. And so he said, what does it mean? And someone replied, it lets the satellites take pictures of things on the ground, and it makes it look like the land's not deserted, right? He says the construction site is idle and has not been started. The soil field is not allowed to be exposed, and the surrounding area is covered with dust-proof net. This is used to pretend that it's planted with shrubs to deceive satellites and aerial photography. So, as you would expect, you can see the mountainside in the background there also has the shade netting on it.
Yeah.
To make it look like there's grass growing or flowers or shrubs growing on the mountains. So obviously there's been something here where the local government has been, I don't know, given a piece of land, but it has to have been used for agriculture. They must, they were told to do something with it.
Yeah.
But because they never got around to it, and they don't want to get caught out, so they've done this.
Yeah. It's fascinating. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now about repurposing land for agriculture / cutting trees down. There's all kinds of stuff. We're trying to wrap our heads around it because we're trying to stay away from rumors.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bullshit that goes down in China. You can see it in this clip here.
Yeah, yeah, it's very typical. It's kind of fake it. You know, a lot of things in China are fake. A lot of things in China are a facade. And this, of course, goes into everything, including things like GDP numbers and that sort of thing. So, you know. Washing like a radish in there, I think, if you take a close look. I'd flush that down the toilet rather than eat it.
Disgusting. It tastes like piss and ammonia.
Chou tofu can take a hike.
Vile smelling.
It's terrible smelling,
And I love it. I think it tastes great.
It smells so bad and it's so filthy.
Kanji sucks.
It's terrible.
Shit.
If you're having an argument with someone and you want to ruin their life, you throw that boiling pot over them.
Cantonese soup sucks. I don't think it should even exist. It's shit and it sucks and it's unnecessary.
No, I can't.
My Lord Almighty. Does that make my stomach turn?
That's pretty bad. I feel pretty sick after that, to be honest.